The employees from Tzu Chi's affiliates made grand vows to walk the Bodhisattva path diligently. Malaysia Tzu Chi volunteers encourage an amputee to take up farming to support himself. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri. Thank you for joining us. The year-end blessing ceremony for employees of Tzu Chi's affiliates was held at Hualien Jingsi Hall. Besides performing a sutra adaptation, of the participants also made a grand vow. They hope to inspire more people's compassion as well as walking diligently on the Tzu Chi path. Let's join them there.
22 households whose family members work or study at Tzu Chi 4 major missions all gather at the year-end blessing ceremony in Hualien. At the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, the medical team of palliative ward have continuously given love and care for patients. They brought a patient with terminal cancer to Toroko National Park to fulfill his wish.
This is
our first time bringing a patient to a place where he really wanted to go and see. We hope this trip can help him mentally and live comfortably during his final stage of life.
132 newly certified Tzu Chi commissioners and honorary board members have received the red envelopes of wisdom and blessings from Dharma Master Zheng Yan. They also made a vow to uphold the Buddha's mission and follow Master's footsteps to spread great love.
要以佛陀的心为自己的心。 佛陀心啊，是大慈悲心；狮子呢，是行在菩萨道上，为天下祈求平安，为自己呢未来新的一年要发心立愿，把自己的生命呢用在有价值的生命，这才是我们人生来一趟的 最宝贵的精华。
愿地狱皆能成净土。
Through the sutra adaptation performance, the 4 major missions, charity, medicine, education, culture, are steering the ship of compassion together.
四大一体，立中不忘，发心立愿，防爱用善。
四大志业。
In the future, the 4 major missions will continue to work hard by collaborating and helping each other. Lighting up the heart lamps, everyone prays for a world free of disasters. They will work diligently to recruit more bodhisattva to walk the Tzu Chi path.
Staying at the year-end blessing ceremony in Hualien, all these years, the volunteers in Hualien have been caring for the residents along the Provincial Highway 11. As they walk into the communities, more and more people were inspired. Therefore, many people have joined the Big Tzu Chi family. In addition, as the foundation enters its 53rd year, Dharma Master Zheng Yan also hopes everyone can continue to pass down the spirit of compassionate giving.
At the Hualien year-end blessing ceremony, 1,000 volunteers have gathered at the Jingsi Hall. For 18 years, Tzu Chi volunteers have delivered love and care along the Provincial Highway 11 in Hualien. They have conducted visits to accompany solitary seniors, as well as helping the grandparenting child finish their academic studies.
我们会用感恩、尊重、生命爱，守护台11线。 家乡人变欢乐。
83 newly certified Tzu Chi commissioners and honorary board members received Dharma Master Zheng Yan's red envelope of wisdom and blessings.
I realized that I'm a bit too slow, but I'll follow closely. Walking on Tzu Chi's path is the right choice. To deliver love and care to all living beings and environment, this is something worth following.
福在做中得欢喜呀，慧在善解得自在。期待大家走入佛法，没有法呢是无法。把这样的永续慧命传在后代。
点传心灯。
Tzu Chi started in Hualien, and this year the foundation will enter its 53rd year. Now the seeds of kindness have been spread across the world, lighting up many dark corners around the world.
This year marks the 9th anniversary of Haiti earthquake. In the country's capital, Port-au-Prince, Tzu Chi volunteers have conducted distributions in 2 impoverished areas. They deliver 5,000 bags of rice to 2,400 impoverished households. Many recipients seized the occasion to express their gratitude for Tzu Chi volunteers.
We can feel the joy of the residents as they carry the rice bags. In the capital of Haiti, Port-au-Prince, Tzu Chi volunteers have conducted a distribution at the local school, delivering rice for impoverished households.
I have 14 family members living under the same roof. I'm happy to receive the rice. Thank you, Tzu Chi. I'm grateful to Dharma Master Zheng Yan.
After the 2010 earthquake, Tzu Chi volunteers have never stopped caring for the local residents. The local government officials also commemorated the 9th anniversary of the earthquake. The volunteers came to deliver love and care in time. But recently, there were protests on the cost of fuel and government corruption, causing both economic and social instability. Therefore, the residents are very worried.
Especially right now in Haiti, we have fuel and food shortage. Everyone is concerned about the situation. We really hope that Tzu Chi can come and help us.
Another distribution was also held in an impoverished area. This local police officer not only came to assist, but also told the volunteers about the country's current situation.
Actually, this is very important because this is a dangerous area. Okay, there is people who say, I don't want to come here because it's very dangerous. Okay, you come. I want you to know in the name of the PNH, Police National of Haiti, we very appreciate what you do in the country, in this country.
Father Tzu Chi of Greece has been providing solitary or physically challenged seniors 1 hot meal a day over the course of 5 days. This has improved the health condition of many seniors who suffers from malnutrition. Although the distribution work takes lots of effort, but after seeing the smiles upon residents' faces, the volunteers' fatigue has gone away completely.
In Liaoning, China, Tzu Chi volunteers have gone to Qingyuan High School to hold an aid distribution for 34 scholarship recipients. Besides giving out aid supplies, the volunteers also prepare a reunion meal for the participants. Therefore, everyone celebrated the Lunar New Year ahead of time. After having a reunion meal, the volunteers also visited the residents to deliver their best wishes. To spread love in Liaoning, Shenyang Tzu Chi volunteers have come to Qingyuan High School. Arriving a day ahead of time, the volunteers are busy preparing the aid supplies. On the day of the distribution, at 6 o'clock in the morning, the volunteers started waiting for the scholarship recipients and their parents. Then they hand the supplies with respect to them.
I'm grateful to the Tzu Chi Foundation for helping me. I faced much pressure as a student. The volunteers' care has relieved my pressure, so I'm able to strive forward.
They have truly brought great help for the impoverished students. They help them study without worries, so they are able to excel academically.
Besides giving out aid supplies, the volunteers have also prepared a reunion meal.
We are like a family celebrating the Lunar New Year ahead of time. This way, everyone can feel warmth in their hearts and in their lives.
After enjoying the reunion meal, the volunteers also visited residents one by one. Besides giving out supplies, the volunteers also deliver best wishes. As Miss Sun's birthday is coming up, they brought her a gift ahead of time.
I hope she can have a great birthday and be happy every day. I also want to thank you on Ai Li's behalf. You are a great father.
As the volunteers visited residents, they discovered that Mr. Yu is still wearing the cotton jacket Tzu Chi has given them when Qingyuan was struck by a flood in 1995.
Thank you very much for caring for us over the years. Since we face financial difficulties, your help means a lot to us, you know.
In Malaysia, the Tzu Chi retreat in Johor Bahru and the international school held a year-end blessing ceremony and aid distribution simultaneously. A painter has been invited to join the volunteers to decorate the venue. Some care recipients also brought their coin banks and donated them to help other less fortunate people.
The volunteer team has transported aid supplies from the Jinsi Hall and Tzu Chi retreat to the venue of the year-end blessing ceremony. Tzu Chi volunteers worked together to decorate the venue. A painter has also been invited to design it with Tzu Chi's humanistic culture.
In fact, I added some new elements, otherwise it may look the same every year, as there are always bamboos and leaves. I think it is because of the belief that we are willing to give of ourselves.
Volunteers have prepared wheelchairs for the care recipients who have mobility issues. Turning from a receiver to a giver, Liao Wencai has formed a good affinity with Tzu Chi for 10 years.
I have made a big change both in my life and my health. The assistances that I've received are mainly medical expenses, the fees for kidney dialysis, and living subsidies. Without Tzu Chi, my life wouldn't be so good. The things that I feel the most grateful are their tolerance and patience.
They also listened to the recycling volunteer promoting environmental protection and vegetarianism.
Before, I would care much about whether I had successfully persuaded them to invite their family to adopt a meatless diet together.
I once took a bite of meat and I feel very guilty. It was then I made a decision to embrace vegetarianism.
Vowing to become a vegetarian is like shouldering the responsibility to practice charity missions. Although there are all kinds of challenges during the process, everyone has been influenced by love and compassion.
In Malaysia, a middle-aged man with only half a body has never given up. Despite being physically challenged, he continues to work in the farm. 15 years ago, his legs had to be amputated. This led him to become depressed, but city volunteers encouraged him to plant fruits and vegetables. In addition, they gave his children financial assistance. Now he can earn a living from his farm.
Cross the bridge, a small bridge. A muscle, two muscles. Look, it's very firm. There are my hands and legs. I cook, shower, and do all other things with them.
Around 2003, Brother Ping Kuan's wound began to darken gradually from feet up.
The toes had festered. The doctor said they were incurable.
The doctor suggested amputating his leg. It was a huge blow to him.
Accept it. There's nothing I could do to accept it. I have no other choice. I felt very sad sometimes and wanted to give up. Then Tzu Chi began to offer monthly aid in terms of material and education fees. If it wasn't for Tzu Chi's help, I wouldn't be able to keep going.
整起来了。
He is very diligent. Although his children are all grown-ups now, he still continues to work.
I'm going to change now and head for the vegetable farm. I just planted chives and chilies. There are potatoes over there, and further up some sweet leaves. See how big the farm is. It's about the size of 2 basketball courts. I manage the farm myself. I do weeding and fertilizing. I handle most of the weeding myself.
We like to visit his farm. He is truly great. Even though he is without legs, he can manage such a big farm himself. Sometimes we buy vegetables from him.
I feel their sincerity in helping us. I'm very happy and thankful to them.
Through the 15-year journey, he has turned from receiving financial support to mental support, and from one who is pessimistic to optimistic. From him, I have learned to face life positively.
Because life is impermanent and our life is short, as we have only a few decades to live. If you don't try and do it, you will never know what you are capable of. The body is handicapped, but not the mind. We need to think about what are the right things to do.
In Taiwan, about 2,000 people become visually impaired every year. Among them, 90% gradually lost their vision after adulthood. Before they can start to look for jobs, they need to be able to take care of themselves and live independently. Many charity organizations offer resources and services so that these people can embrace a brighter future.
盛宏老师您好，这是我的影片，请多多指教。
谢谢。
Exchanging business cards is a common thing. However, how do visually impaired individuals recognize business cards?
拍照按钮，使用照片。上一页，返回结果，朗读按钮。财团法人慈济传播人文置业基金会，万行字源，大爱电视，万行字源，新闻部专题节目组文字记者徐斐丽，音流01468亿，
对吗？
The picture recognition function can broadcast the name on the business card. This way, visually impaired individuals can also exchange business cards with other people.
Teacher, today I hope to learn to use a computer especially designed for the visually impaired. Can you teach me the first lesson?
好的，那么我们学习盲用电脑的最开始就是要认识键盘。
那我先把眼睛闭起来。
好的，那您的手借我一下，好。
Once I closed my eyes, I realized that it felt very strange to use our sense of touch to replace our direct vision.
最左边这个是 Escape 键，
这是 Escape。
然后开始往
第一个是
F1、2、3、4，对
F4，
对，
这就变成说我要去背这个位置。
对，这要背。
From this experience, I realized that patience is much needed. One needs to be very patient in this learning process.
所以我们一开始在学电脑的时候，耐心是一定要的。
In Taiwan, more than 2,000 people become visually impaired every year. Among them, 90% gradually lost their vision well into adulthood. Therefore, they must learn to use a computer for the visually impaired because it is very difficult for them to learn Braille as an adult.
Manager, dashboard, 对话框 activity information, locate NVDA.
The computer for the visually impaired actually is a computer installed with the NVDA software. It reads out loud the position of the cursor. Therefore, the visually impaired individuals are able to use the computer.
现在邮标停留在
资源回收桶。对，有没有？对，我们用的是这个。一般电脑。
We use computers mostly for word processing. This is the first step of our training. After, when they can operate the computer, start to teach them how to surf the internet.
Control 对，这个是 Control Auto 嘿，然后这里是 N 对，那我们同时按的话 ，NVDA 就会被开起来。对，有。
Many organizations that support the visually impaired offer free lessons on how to use the specialized computer.
Before they come to seek help, many of them have stayed at home for 1 or 2 years, or even 10 to 20 years. In Taiwan, many people do not know there are resources for the visually impaired.
As their vision deteriorates, they will inevitably experience bouts of anxiety. I hope that they can know there are services, assistive devices, and many teachers who can teach them how to move forward in life. Vision deterioration is not the end of the world.
艾玛你好，好的，请稍后一下哦。
Using the video magnifier, Peng Meizhen, who works as the operator at the Taiwan Foundation for the Blind, suffers from poor vision due to an accident years ago. After graduating from high school, she could only work as an operator or telemarketing personnel.
At the beginning, I only needed a magnifying glass. I did not need to use the video magnifier or the voice software. Now that my vision has gradually deteriorated, I have a hard time, even when I use the video magnifier now.
Suffering from poor vision, she had to undergo a vision assessment with assistive devices at the Taiwan Foundation for the Blind.
放轻松哦，往前面看就好。好，你有没有办法看到？假设是好，看到我手指的位置。
手指的位置。
嘿，你有看到我的手指吗？
还是不清楚？不是很清楚。
是很清楚哈。
We do several vision assessments here. The first one is your overall eyesight. At hospitals, they test a long-distance vision, but in daily life, we usually need vision for close distances. Then we also test contrast. Good contrast allows people to take the stairs without worries. Then there's color vision and field of vision. We also observe the physical appearances of the eyeballs.
After careful assessments, the foundation lends the individuals assistive devices that they need, and it is all free of charge. Once an individual loses their vision, how can he or she walk safely with confidence? It all starts with learning to walk, starting from the very first step.
Can you hear the sound of the cars? Yes, we are facing Zhongxiao West Road. Later, we will walk towards Zhongxiao West Road. Okay, let's go.
Undergoing orientation mobility training, she's learning to become independent.
I feel freer, as I can go anywhere I want to go.
We need to first teach them how to go out safely and independently, also teach them how to take care of themselves. After they can do this, we enter the second phase, and that is to provide them with job training.
Then the visually impaired individual can undergo job training and look for work. They need to have patience, confidence, and perseverance to rebuild their lives and embrace a brighter future. In Kaohsiung, Jiaxing Junior High School students raise charity funds by selling spring couplets every year. This year, the event was held at a hospital. This way, the students can come in contact with more people and care for those in need. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.